What is up, Moody? Welcome back. Welcome back.
What is up? What is up? Been gone for 2 weeks.
Yeah. I said pre-production. I'm clearing out on the Sunday Percy's because you have been out 2 weeks. So you got catching up on just, you can go as deep as you want to on what you've been through, but also hear some of your wrestling thoughts.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of personal stuff that happened in the family. Auntie passed away.
Yeah.
About a month ago, so we had her remembrance. Down in Florida. The whole family was there. Literally everybody except for my sisters.
Mm-hmm.
So that was slightly disappointing, but it was fine. Had a great time. That felt like more of the vacation 2 weeks ago than it did this last week.
Yeah.
This last week going to this like religious convention with my mom, and I'm not gonna say she guilt tripped me, but she was just like, "Can you do this for my birthday?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." And I kept telling the wifey that I was like, "We ain't going to this shit." Like, I was like, "I'll tell her eventually," but once again, the procrastination demon, as my mom would say,
yeah,
got a hold of me, and I just kept putting it off, and then, as I said, my auntie passed, and I was like, "Dang, like, I kind of gotta go now."
Mm-hmm.
And not that I just gotta go, but I did want to go
Yeah.
to be with her. So even though I knew it was gonna be like torture for me, I was like, I still want to spend time with her. Whatever. 3 days of some good old worship.
Mm-hmm.
I'll leave it at that. But we were down in Atlanta. But I'll tell you also, I mean, I got my steps in. Crushed some D&D pods.
Yeah.
Like, I walked like a total of like 10 miles. Like just
That's
around
good.
Buckhead, like in
I'm
3
sure
days.
hot as hell too down there too.
Yeah, I was doing it at night, so it's
Okay,
like
that's good.
everything. So like during that point, so like everything like for like the day is done at least by like 9 p.m. Right?
Yeah,
because we were like just staying in the West End, and like everybody was gathering in like the biggest conference room, because it's like 500, 600 people or whatever. And like so once we're done with that, I'm just like I literally that first night. Like my mom had like a half bottle of Crown, and I just got this shit on my back because I had like a one of the backpacks that they gave me, once I came there, and just was walking around the city pouring up, you know what I'm saying, and crushing pods. So, but as far as wrestling, I think you covered everything pretty well. But I did want to say just on the Roman Reigns tip because I did rate that top shelf. But yeah, it was because that was the first time I said this to you off pod. But yeah, it's just because it's the first time he's actually acknowledged the fans. And it's funny, he always tells us to acknowledge him, but he was like, Jimmy, Jay, and these guys getting a pop from the crowd make me the tribal chief. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's the first time he's ever done that, which is why it's top shelf. And I'm like, okay, this is the face Roman we've been waiting to see. You know what I'm saying? Now there's nothing holding us back now because as I said to you before, up until this point, Roman ain't never said shit about this. This man shows up and smashes shit. He's barely saying stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he's rarely complimenting other people. You know what I'm saying? Or giving them credit. So for him to do that, yeah, that stands out. That's why that's top shelf. Because I see that as like his actual face turn. So yeah, that was basically it. That's all that really needed commentary. I did tell you about fucking Leon Slater though.
Yeah.
At Slammiversary, sick ass match, beat Moose. Yeah, the Swanton 450 is the most. I gotta show you some clips of this shit. I mean, I know you can imagine it, but hardcore match and all this shit, dog. I'm just gonna show you this. It's like, man, majesty in the air, just like Jeff Hardy back in the day. So
yeah, we were looking Vaughn Evans versus Leon.
Yeah,
Slater.
yep. There you go. That's my last Percy. That's my new young boy dream match. Javon Evans versus Leon Slater.
All right.
North American title. I'm just saying that on Javon Evans versus Leon Slater. TNA X Division champion still. So, yep. I had a good time though. But glad to be back home for
glad
sure.
To have you back.
Yeah, I'm glad to be. This is my crib.
Yeah.
And I ain't going nowhere hopefully soon again like that. Unless I want to. Because I ain't really want to do those last two. But it was good.
All right. Well, let's get into the show. We got SummerSlam. We talked about Roman Reigns. It's a good way to segue into the start of this show.
Yeah.
So let's start this show.
Doors opening. Step back to allow customers to exit.
Welcome, people, to another episode 56 of the Wrestling Rehab Podcast. And it's the biggest summer wrestling party is here.
Yeah.
It's SummerSlam. 2 nights, first 2 nights at SummerSlam ever. First, give us some 56 movies. Who's some famous 56?
What do we say? Terrell Suggs?
Terrell Suggs, unconfirmed.
Yeah. And who did you say?
LeVar Arrington.
LeVar Arrington.
Who's
There we
another
go.
linebacker.
That was the two.
Who's 56 right now for the Commanders? I'm blanking on it right now.
Is that your boy Luvu?
No, Luvu's 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Bobby is 54. 56, I gotta look it up. I'm not gonna do it. Either way, episode 56.
Mm-hmm.
And it is SummerSlam. First 2-night SummerSlam ever. Starts tonight at 6 o'clock.
Derek Brooks. There we go.
Derek
Last
Brooks.
one.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, we also said Thomas Davis Jr.
Yep.
Bunch of linebackers.
Yeah.
Great linebackers.
That is a 50. Yeah. Yeah. Linebacker number for sure.
But yeah, first 2-night SummerSlam.
Yep.
Starts tonight in New Jersey, New York. Well, technically, it's at MetLife, but they're doing the whole tri-state or whatnot. But yeah, we got our go-home shows of the week for Raw, SmackDown, and NXT is kind of just chugging along, and Dynamite's also chugging along. But I guess we could just jump straight into it and get to our Monday Night Raw recap at the flagship store.
Yeah. What we both had as the primo that we agreed on was everything that the Vision got going on still, basically on Raw, where in the main event, Jay beats Braun by DQ. But it really ends in we get the tribal chief to come down, but it doesn't go no better than you would think it would, because my immediate thought, it ends with a double super spear through the barricade.
Yeah.
By Braun Breaker to Roman and Jay at the same time. And my first thought was, that shit don't get old. like when he hits you through the barricade, because we use the barricade a lot. Like, I definitely think, for sure in the 90s and early 2000s, I think growing up, it definitely wasn't used to the amount that it's used nowadays.
Yeah.
For sure. But it's effective. I see it I think I see it as because you got the through the announce table is the top thing as far as top things you can do on TV, and through the announce table, and then on the apron, anything like a finisher on the apron. I think through the barricade, a finisher or specifically this Braun Breaker, super spear through the barricade is just as devastating as that.
Ramp up when he runs around the ring and
he does the.
Again, he's a former fullback, and so it's you can imagine he's coming in to block for somebody, just running full steam. It's just you don't want to take that hit as a defender.
Yeah.
Usually that's not the case when you're playing football. You're looking to hit people. Mm-hmm. But when you see a guy of that size as a fullback trying to clear a hole for his running back,
powerful.
That is devastating. But I say my favorite bit from that, before we get into stuff that happened afterwards with Roman, was when Jay and Roman were gearing up to go do bear spears to Bronson and Braun, but then they cut them off.
Yeah.
And it was Braun hit the spear on Roman, and then Bronson just kind of body chopped or clotheslined Jay.
Jay, yeah.
On the outside. I was like, oh, that's pretty dope. I kind of enjoyed that, because you would think they would get those off being the faces, but they didn't. But then, how did the segment end, Moody?
Yo, with the Debo? The Debo moment? Yeah. That was also a partial thought that I was gonna be champion of the week with Bronson Reed taking Roman's shoes.
Yeah.
And I love when he pounds on his chest too. So I was like, oh yeah, that's some bully shit for sure.
What do you think? What kind of shoes do you think Bronson's gonna wear? Because he's gonna get his shoes taken. Or do you think they're gonna bring out Roman's
Those were just
shoes?
Forces, right? Those were just white Forces.
Those are probably Jordans.
Oh, were those Jordans?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They look like they have some green on them, lime green. I could be wrong. I'm terrible with colors.
Yeah, that's true.
They look like Roman always usually wearing J's of some sort.
He usually.
So, and I know Bronson is a shoe guy as well. So I don't know. Maybe Bronson kind of comes out there today with the shoes tied on the strings and it's got it around his neck, or maybe he has a fly pair of Jordans and he gets his shoes taken.
Yeah. It would be funny. I just thought if we were back in the Attitude Era where we had different stages and stuff. We're in New York, so like if you had like, you know what it means if somebody throw your shoes up on the power line, you got your ass beat right there. So like if he came out and just threw his shoes up, like on the like you got to do it in one shot though.
Yeah.
So, but that'd be slick though. That'd be funny. But yeah, I thought that was awesome. Like with, well, I'm still just calling him the Vision.
Yeah.
Like at this point, because I mean we kept saying Seth's Vision. Now it's like Braun's Vision right now.
The Revolutionary.
That's too much now. But
the Revolution.
Yeah. I also had Primo up here. I don't know. Is there any more you want to say about that?
I mean, no. I mean, like I said, I really enjoyed the fact that Roman and Jay got their ass kicked.
Yeah.
And it, you know, not to say like I don't like them or anything. I just think from like the dynamics you think, especially, I'm gonna say like Roman, his first match back since WrestleMania is not losing.
Yeah.
Like so, like they're Jay and Roman are going to win tonight or whenever it is night 1 or night 2. I have to relook at the card, but the fact that it came off looking as devastating and brutal, like even in the loss tonight, whenever they fight at SummerSlam, this team looks good and menacing.
Yeah,
and
even without Seth, yeah. I think I might. I'm not gonna say I like it more than like without Seth, but I like the kind of like just the fact that we've seen that like Braun is emotional and like I guess you can say unhinged, sort of like or I mean I guess like just an explosive personality. You know, he's quick to react.
Yeah,
you know, and then you got fucking big ass Bronson Reed behind you backing up. I just like the two of them. I mean, they're doing.
And the
great,
fact you say that he's backing him up is like, bro, like you can clearly see that Braun is going to eventually win a world championship.
Yeah.
Could you say the same thing for Bronson?
I would hope so. I feel like
I want him to, but
I want him to also. I think if he does, like, it's a good slotting where we have like, you know, you think about it like the second evolution or whatever, you know, as far as factions going, that would slot him sort of like Batista, but I see him more like a Mark Henry, just like because of build, mostly, obviously. So, but yeah, I feel like him holding the title, I would love to see it.
I like the.
I don't know how many times he'll reign.
No, I don't need him to have like 5-time reign or anything like that. But I can see him winning once or at least twice.
Hopefully twice. That's the same number.
And maybe it's the World Heavyweight Championship because I can see Braun winning the WWE Championship. Because you said Bronson reminds you of who he could be.
Like Mark Henry, like more so because of build.
Or Batista.
Or Batista in Evolution, yes. But Batista is a former bodybuilder.
I can see you know? Braun being Brock Lesnar.
Yeah.
Obviously, he can like I can see him being to that point where he's just like that champion, where it's like, damn, like it's gonna be hard.
Yeah, for sure
to beat this guy because he's still doing all this acrobatic shit, but he's also like powering.
The Breakensteiner, fucking love that move. Like that's one of the best signatures in WWE right now.
I bring that up because I'm like, obviously it's clear that Braun is going to be a world champion at some point. I just hope that Bronson doesn't just get stuck as like body and muscle and
exactly.
You know, the highest he'll ever get is like an intercontinental U.S. championship, but he will be elusive of the world championship.
Yeah,
that's what I'm.
And also, I guess the last thing I want to say about this, I think I know what it is. What I like about them just being by themselves is like because they were Braun and Braun security. Like I understand that when you're heels, you're always wearing suits and shit.
Yeah.
But like, if Seth is going to be there, Seth is going to get the talking point, which is why that segment with Braun taking the mic from him was so great. You know, and it's like, oh, this guy is still like, he got shit to say himself. He ain't got, you know, he clearly sees Seth as an equal. Whether it's, I mean, granted, he's under the tutelage, but now that Seth is out, however so long, you know, they're not in suits and they're being themselves and doing whatever they want. So I like it. The other primo I had up here was the 8-woman tag.
Okay.
It was the Secret Hervis and Naomi versus basically the faces of Raw, Rhea, Stephanie Becker, Nikki Bella, and Io Sky. There we go. I just like I want to say it was really just Naomi that made this primo for me, just because I still like her just being a classic. I mean, we're young in her reign, so everything she does is just awesome to me. Like, even though it's just like I don't need this shit. I'm taking my title and leaving. What the fuck I got to do with this? Like, where I'm like, Naomi, like,
it's such a like movie villain-esque performance that it's almost Chelsea Greenish in a way, where it's just like it's so over the top at points, like you just gotta love it.
Yeah, I think that's exactly what that's her character. She's doing that maniacal laugh.
Yeah,
like
I gave her the Rita Repulsa laugh. I was like,
exactly.
Lord. I'm like,
when
hilarious.
She jumped Jade again, and was like just laughed in her face like that obnoxiously. Like, come on now. But yeah, the faces ended up winning.
As you would expect.
Yeah, exactly.
Which gives me comfort that Naomi possibly could retain. Because
she better.
Again, there's a way for them to get Stephanie Becker versus Rhea Ripley at Clash in Paris, which is like 2 weeks after or 3 weeks after SummerSlam.
Yeah.
And so the fact that Naomi lost this week, I'm like, all right, I can see her possibly retaining.
Yeah.
I hope she retains.
Yeah.
I didn't have that on there. I didn't have that on my card.
I enjoyed that. What you got for the primos? Go ahead.
Mids.
Or mids. My bad.
The mids. I mean, we both agreed on the AJ Styles Kabuki Warriors versus the Judgment Day. Great mixed tag match between some great performers. Awesome spot when AJ throws Kairi Sane out the ring, and she does the phenomenal forearm, not phenomenal,
insane
forearm,
elbow,
the insane elbow.
Yeah, that was sick. And the combo, like she has like Asuka hit her with a backbreaker, and holding Roxanne there for an insane elbow. That's where the insane elbow is the best elbow drop in wrestling right now. I'm telling, I love it. Like the way she's tiny, so you know it's still gonna be nothing, in the way she fucking angles, but she snaps her body like a jackknife, you know. And it's just like perfect every time. I love that fucking move.
It's really dope.
Yeah.
It almost made me want to think. Like, I had a sprinkling of thoughts. Like, would I want to see mixed tag team titles? In the WWE?
That's what
and I'm like, that's a bit much. I feel like, but I mean, it could work with what American Made, and with Ivy Nile and the Creed brothers. You know, Montez Ford and Street Profits with Bianca Belair.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's possible opportunities to do it, but I think that'd be a bit much. But there is a AAA mixed tag team titles, but obviously you probably want to keep that in like the Latino.
Oh, that should have been my other Percy. There you go.
Yeah.
Man, WWE took over with that, didn't they? Got the AAA tag team championships now too.
Hey, but you're giving it to Legacy, man. And that was the only time I've seen that the woman owner from the AAA, she actually cracked a smile. She was happy.
Okay, yeah, Legacy, sure. JC Jane being the first dual promotion champion.
Yeah.
All right. But I'm just saying, that's just what I was foreshadowing. I'm just saying.
We can talk about it further when we get to NXT.
That's it. Yeah, but that's all I got to say about it. I'm just saying I foreshadowed this. And we're gonna see how good it is for everybody. But anyway,
a little bit of a tangent, but I really enjoyed the Kabuki Warriors and AJ Styles. That it maybe have a sprinkling of a thought of having mixed tag team championships on WWE, but I'm like, that may be a bit too much.
And also, what was the important exclamation point to this match was that we ended with AJ pinning Dom.
Yeah.
So that was the big thing about this W for sure. We got the visual pin. AJ should be the next IC champion. Whether it's this at SummerSlam or next, I'm not exactly sure. I'm still undecided on that, honestly. But yeah, that's what I got.
What you got next on the list? That's what we both agreed on. We have differ on the rest of our.
Yeah, I like enough the Zayn and Cross interview, or just promo them coming face to face. Granted, I think it's the acting of it. Really, it was just the acting of that segment that like put it here. Because the resolution of it being just saying I was right or you were wrong, whatever. I don't really care about that, honestly. Because I'm like, how was Cross right? Cross was telling Sammy that he should basically do things for himself and that he's too busy like looking out for other people. And I'm like, okay, that's your point, because you'll beat him and show him that. I mean, beat him already.
Yeah.
So that's where the air's out of the room now. So I'm like, I don't know exactly what that's supposed to mean. But I like the segment just for the acting. That was good acting, actually.
No, I
between
mean you
them,
got good talkers on both sides.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
You can imagine them having like a pre kind of tape
Mhm.
segment where you can actually kind of like really make it feel dramatic.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see that.
for sure.
I'll go another promo. Actually, both mine were promos, honestly. I'll go start with the Paul Heyman and interrupts Jey Uso. I
Mhm.
like that for the fact of like again, Paul Heyman is just one of the best talkers ever in wrestling,
Of course.
and he made some valid points. I mean, about just like family will let you down as far as like how Jay should be perceiving Roman's allegiance right now and
Mhm.
how like you shouldn't trust them and things of that in nature. And so I just like I mean, obviously I don't think I just said like I think Roman and Jay are gonna win, but I do think it's like this is more so Roman trying to get back at Paul and Jay just so happens to be there, I think,
Yeah.
rather than like a reuniting of the family. I don't know. I'm not on completely on board. I think Roman is still has his eyes on being the head of the table, of
Mhm.
not just like you said, of the entire company.
Yeah.
And so he's gonna at some point he's gonna have to do things that like we may not agree with. And so if that requires turning on Jay,
On Jay, yeah, exactly.
hey,
It's like, yo, you're in the main event spot right now. Like,
yeah.
I need that spot to be head of the table. Yeah. I see what you're saying.
So that's all I'm saying. But
Mhm.
I really enjoyed that second guessing that he put in on Jay, especially because Jay's character is naturally like emotional
Mhm.
compared to like everybody else.
Yeah.
And so you can see Jay is gonna have a lot of time where he's probably gonna see like pondering faces around Roman and standing his voice against Roman, like exerting his voice against Roman a little bit more, but maybe Roman still kind of little brothering him.
Yeah.
I just don't. I think Roman is going to be tippy toeing the line of being a face heel, and
Mhm.
I think at some point you're going to be like, "Bro, did you really change, or is this just manipulation? Is this still manipulating Jay?"
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I just saw it as a face turn, so I wouldn't see it as that. I hope not. But I mean, if that's the case, then like you said, it would just be that whole segment just would have been the manipulation.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Just to be like,
you can build it.
get on the same side as Jay because I need the spot just to get back close to his cousin.
Hmm.
Because you got to keep enemies close and or whatever, friends close, enemies closer. But
Yeah,
even that's even family. So he could probably spin that bar into another level. But family is the closest or something, and that's why you'll never see it coming.
yeah,
There you go. There you go. I just made it for him. My other mid that I had up here, I love this match, was the Judgment Day retaining against LWO.
yeah.
The tag team champ, the male tag team champion
Hmm.
version of the Judgment Day. Joaquin Wilde went probably the best run of his career, like
Yeah.
in this match, like in a single spot, which made me Google him, and I was like, oh yeah, this was the member of LWO, like when they were on SmackDown,
Mhm.
and it's like you were talking about how Rey Mysterio was a heel,
Yeah.
and Santos Escobar, I think it was him. He was like, yo, he's not even Mexican, you know. And you were like, yo, he's not Mexican. I was like, yeah, Joaquin Wilde, he's Filipino. So, but anyway, yeah, he had a fucking great hot tag in this whole thing. But the interesting part of this is that there wasn't one, but two El Grande Americanos interfering in this
Yeah.
match.
That's why I have this in shape.
Yeah.
And I'm like, because my whole thing with this match is like, I'm sure the match is great,
Yeah.
but the fact, and again, I'm getting a little tired that Judgment Day always wins through just these interferences. So
Sure.
I'm just like, hold some tights.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do something
Mhm.
other than just like interference, like
Yeah.
in that manner.
As the guys are always doing interference spots because the girls they'll cheat like holding the like they should have
Yeah.
just did that last week.
Yeah.
She like pushed up on like Roxanne's butt when
Yeah.
she was like pinning her.
But yeah, it is. I asked the same question I asked a couple weeks ago when they brought Ludwig Kaiser as El Grande Americano when Chad Gable got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Is El Grande Americano too big to fail?
I love this because this just adds to my booking that I told you that I wanted already, which is who is El Grande Americano? And now we got the Spider-Man meme. However close Chad Gable is,
Yeah.
because pretty sure that's Pete Dunne.
That's what people are
the
saying.
second.
Which
yeah,
I don't know how the internet is so quick to fucking figure this out.
just rocking with that.
Yeah.
I mean, he is obviously closer in build, but like fucking, Chad is he's fucking jacked, like compared to Pete Dunne. But yeah, we end with the Spider-Man meme. All three of these guys, like, who is El Grande?
That's definitely gonna happen.
That's gonna be fucking great.
Yeah.
And like maybe there'll be even a fourth one, and then they end up going down to AAA because we got the AAA thing happen. So I don't know, but I don't know. I like that. Also, I'm not gonna lie, that threw me.
Feel like, is this Trump's favorite character, and this is just WWE
like pandering
to the president?
Yeah,
it's like he's like, I love this El Grande Americano.
Yeah.
We should have more of him.
Yeah, right. And he'll be like Captain America. He's effectively Captain America of WWE. Like, I'm just saying, just spin that.
Yeah.
And then you can just have like El Grande, in fucking, Venezuela.
Yeah.
In Argentina. At least all of Latin speaking America.
Yeah. I can see that. But that's why I have it in shake. I'm just like, hey,
yeah.
Another one.
Yeah.
Another one. Like, I get is this?
Listen, I was booking just Chad coming back. So yeah.
Ludwig and then Pete Dunne. It's like, are you gonna put Tyler Dunne in when he comes back? Tyler Bate when he comes back. Yeah. When he comes back, all right. Is the character that big that is like we always gotta have an El Grande Americano, and we'll just put whatever wrestler underneath?
It's funny because he's a heel, so he's a heel that's like multiplying. Like, I don't know, that's very interesting. It's very interesting. Like, because all of them use we still have yet to see, but the metal plate, you know what I'm saying, in the mask, which apparently that actually was an old lucha spot from like back in the day.
So, pretty sure. Yeah.
So, anyway, what else I got up here? That was
I have one more mid, and it was the other promo segment of CM Punk and Gunther.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I liked it just for the fact that again, CM Punk is just a good talker, and he could also just kind of like his rebuttal to saying that like he's the best in the world, and I just thought it was really well done. And then this is another match where I'm still unsure about who might win this.
Yeah,
I'm still undecided. I don't have a clear path on what the outcome may be, and so this didn't even clear it up a little bit. This didn't help clear up any bit more. So I just like that it just adds to the build. I know you're probably like, I'm ready for this match, so I don't need it. But I think the fact that I'm still undecided on the match, I'm like, okay. Like, the fact that I'm still undecided after that makes me feel like, okay, this is going to be an intriguing battle.
Yeah. I would say I'm undecided, but I'm pretty firm on one side, I guess, just because of the real world. We'll get into it.
Okay, we'll get into it when we get to SummerSlam.
My other shake was Sheamus beating Grayson Waller.
Yeah.
And Rusev just beating him down, continuing this rivalry.
I didn't like
Rusev and
the whack ass fans that when Rusev had his submission on Sheamus at the end, they were like, "We want Lana." I'm like, those are some whack ass fans.
I mean, he's a heel, so I mean, you should be able to take it. That's.
I mean, but like, that's not heel. That's like, we don't care about you, and we want to see your wife.
Yeah, that's a AEW chant. Yeah, that's like an AEW or NXT chant.
I would
not even NXT.
I would put those as just like them weird ass Mark fans.
Yeah, that's like, AEW fans maybe.
I'm not gonna classify them as.
Yeah, I guess that's true. Sure.
I'm talking about like there's internet.
You're saying that's coming from a bad place.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Sure. Yeah.
And that's why I don't want to put it on any kind of promotion.
That makes sense. Yeah. Classified as those fuck guys. But that's it for Raw. That we got. Unless you got anything else.
No, that's it for me. We can stroll next door to the bodega. Bodega NXT. What you got?
Man, Nia Jax. I mean, hate to like just bump all of the NXT roster right here, but it was just the return of Nia Jax to NXT because you're never expecting main roster people like world champions to come back just any random week.
Yeah.
And just start something. So Fallon Henley ends up beating Last Legend in their match because Nia Jax returns and just smashes her out of nowhere. Completely great camera work. I wasn't aware she was there. Nobody was like chanting her, so she really great camera work, just straight up. She's a bigger girl, so just a straight up like body blow to the back, and like Lash was dead immediately. Where I was like, come on, Lash, you can move. Like it was just one hit, but either way, throws her back in the ring. Fallon Henley hits, the famouser 1, 2, 3. I forget what she calls it. I need to remember that. I think it's the hoedown. Which makes sense, hose down, but we end up getting a hot mic moment from Nia. She climbs up to the second rope, annihilator. Keep my name out your mouth, bitch. Like she hit that shit hard too. Like I was like, damn.
It's fun. I think it might have happened during like evolution during like the women's battle royal. Yeah. But like I gotta go back and like see like what did Lash say to get Nia
maybe it's
to
like
come back so aggressively like this.
Yeah, now that you say that, it kind of reminds me of like the Royal Rumble beef between like Drew and LA Knight.
Oh yeah.
So maybe it's like a situation like that, talking shit in the ring or something didn't go right. Maybe, in kayfabe, I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't fucking matter. Yeah.
I had that as a mid. Just because I'm intrigued at where this goes. Obviously,
for the Nia of it.
Lash is obviously a strong character, like a powerhouse, and so like just to see the physical strength of Lash, like be able to like lift Nia.
Yeah.
That's just going to be up for sale. So I think Nia is going to be there to put her over. But
it's a really great like you look at the history like of like main roster going back.
Yeah,
it is a great history. We got Becky working with Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany being NXT Women's Champion at that time.
Charlotte went back.
Charlotte, you got Nia Meechin and Jada Parker's street fight rivalry.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? It's good stuff. So that's why I had it for Primo.
Shayna Baszler.
Yeah. So
Lola Vice.
So Nia Jackson, Lash Legend, both being obviously, like I said, heavyweight women. Mm-hmm. We're gonna see Lash Legend. She's gonna hit Nia with a Samoan drop. At a point, I think. Yeah. At a certain point, she's gonna get that off. She's gonna get a Samoan drop off on her. Like
I think she showed some pretty strength at
Evolution probably did.
On Nia, so that's probably also.
She had a standout. Yeah, she had a standout like performance.
I mean, she finished second.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I think she hit like a move on Nia, like through a feat of strength type of thing, where it's like, oh, okay, like I got Nia's got to also come and get her.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had that as a mid just to see like where this takes us. I'm intrigued by the storyline, so it's mid versioning on Primo. But yeah, the surprise I guess I could see it bumping it up to Primo just for the fact I was like, I didn't expect that at all either.
Exactly. I didn't expect Nia coming back, and immediately I'm like, I'm ready for it. I'm here for the Lash versus Nia rivalry.
Yeah.
The other Primo that you told me off cam that you completely missed out on.
I saw the highlights, but again, like I have it as shake.
Javon Evans, it's his Primo for the in-ring. Like same thing with AEW, whether you know what's coming or not, you still gotta go out there and do it. Yeah. So this high flying chemistry that these guys got, I was like, that was fucking awesome. Simple as that. Like Wesley saw that boy was bouncy was coming, hit a counter with him. Like the timing, when you drop kick somebody in the air, but then it's just like pinpoint like a fucking Billy Kidman or like hardcore Holly drop kick.
Yeah.
Or like an Okada drop kick. Just the accuracy. You're like, God damn, that was like they showed that on replay. And then like the cutters, I mean, it's official that, Javon Evans is the official inheritor. Like they even had the match in St. Louis, between him and Randy Orton. So he owns the cutter going forward, and he just showed that off. So this is only here strictly for the in-ring aspect of it. This was the best wrestling on the show.
I can understand that. I think where I gotta go back and like rewatch the match in a whole is again, I'm just like, okay, I think this is like a number one contendership match for the face Obafemi.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, Wesley, you're like in the position of like where Ricochet was in WWE, but like it's almost like even with Ricochet on AEW right now, I like Ricochet. I think he is a better character than Wesley is. I think he's at the prime of his career right now is what he is doing at work. When he's up for a number one contendership match, I think he was like this week. I'm like, you're not winning this, bro.
Yeah.
And so
there's a roof to him,
Yeah, and I'm like, and I don't think there's a roof to Ricochet, but right now, I think there's a roof to Wesley, and I think you're just that annoying pesky heel.
Yeah,
Pesky heel.
and that does make sense considering, like I said,
that's where I need to go back. I know the match is great. It's not any indication on any of the work that he can do, and I'm not saying he's a bad character out. I just think right now, when it's a match, when I see that as a matchup, I know Javon Evans is winning this.
Yeah, for sure. I get you with that because it's like Wesley is already a 2-time North American champion.
Yeah.
So that's why they gave him the high rise in the first place. So like, for him to be a heel and like get more shit off because he's great on the mic and everything, but like you said, with your offense being naturally dynamic like that, it's hard for you to be taking a heel seriously. In the traditional sense.
I don't even think that. I think it just kind of comes off as just like.
But like I said, is he going to hold the championship? Is he going to NXT championship? We got Javon here.
Jane can hold it. No offense to JC Jane, but I'm like,
well, true, yeah.
Wesley can hold it,
true.
Especially if he has two guys brawling behind him.
Sure.
Like he could be the annoying, champion. He could be
an
Adam Cole type of champion.
Yeah, for sure.
I think Adam Cole is annoying, but.
Yeah, I mean, with Undisputed Era, and stuff, having the faction,
smaller guy, having a squad with him.
Yeah, for sure. Because Undisputed Era was awesome as fuck. That's black and gold, like Mount Rushmore, But anyway, because I was like, my whole thing is like, we don't gotta belabor the point. I was about to circle back. This is my shake I got up here, or no, sorry, my other mid that I had was Ethan Page retaining versus Santino Marella. Just to see Santino back in the ring. Did you watch the AAA mixed tag match? Like him and Lola Vice versus
No, I didn't. I had it loaded on a tab, but I never got to watch it.
I was gonna say it's good to see Santino back in the ring, but I was like, I did just watch it, but still good to see him on WWE television, I guess. And So that was also good, even though you know what's gonna happen.
I have that as shake, but same thing. Yeah.
Even though you know what's gonna happen, it's fine.
It was nice to see him.
Yeah, but
I wanted to see him hit the most devastating finisher of all time.
And that's why, honestly, like Ethan Page is a former TNA guy, and no bullshit. Like I thought there was like a literal 10% chance that he might win it, just because, now we got JC Jane hold like both titles are on fucking NXT. You know what I'm saying? So the least you can do is
I can see Santino holding it for a week.
Yeah, and then it would just be a great win. For just for the moment, obviously, because he's a transitional champion. So, but that moment for him, and he's a fucking Ethan Page would sell the hell out of him. He's a great comedy guy. So that was my other mid. You had that as Shay, covered that.
The mid that we did agree upon is I wrote Tavion Heights is free, but I really wanted to write Tavion Heights gets his freedom.
Yeah.
From a white guy. But finally, this is the second time he's fought Charlie Dempsey. First time, I forget her name. She threw in the towel for him.
Ren Sinclair
threw in the towel for him. But second time he fought Charlie Dempsey to find his way out of the NQCC, and he does it. And that's what's up. He looked good. He seems like he could be like a Chad Gable disciple. I don't know what his background was. I'm sure it was wrestling because he seems like he has a amateur wrestling background. He looks good. I'm like, okay, I'm curious to see what you do as a singles wrestler. And on your own.
And it's funny because I'm just like, we were talking about this before, but just in kayfabe, it's like, y'all are grown men. Like, why are you like have to wrestle your way out of this? So I guess that's where it's supposed to be like not a gang, but like I don't know, some type of brotherhood where you just gotta fight for like Fight Club, I guess, sort of like a turned down version of what was the Blackpool Combat Club, kind of. There you go. That's exactly what it is. But anyway, now I'm like it's just Charlie Dempsey and Ren. So I'm like, you got to get another disciple, right?
Yeah, they got to get. He's not gonna let that go, I don't think.
Unless Chase U is coming back, like you said. I mean, shit, I don't know.
I mean, Chase U is back. They got
a tag team championship title match.
But I'm just saying, I can see him getting a new Evolve.
Yeah, Evolve guys,
guy or something like that, or maybe it's.
It's interesting because I think it might be like that faction is quite literal, where Charlie Dempsey is just the standard bearer for NXT. You know what I mean? Like, just for people. I mean, because that's clearly what the storylines are for like the people that come in.
Yeah.
Ren is still there. Ren's still needs work in the ring. Most people would say.
I could see him getting someone from Evolve and then having him go at Tavion Heights as his like first feud as a singles competitor. So I'm interested to see what happens with Tavion Heights moving forward.
Yeah. That would, if anything, great belly to belly.
Yeah,
like, phenomenal. Like, I don't know, that was Charlie or like the class. Like,
that's what I said. That's a former. You could say that's a former amateur background. Of wrestling. Yeah. I did have one Reggie, and they had to deal with the 4 women challengers of the NXT Women's Championship. It started off with Blake Monroe just having just dissing Jordan Grace.
Yeah.
So we body shaming?
Yeah, sure. Sure.
No, that's
I'm gonna quote.
Body shaming for cheap heat. That's whack.
Hold on. Obviously. However, that's not my opinion. That's Cody Rhodes' opinion, where he said that he's like, yo, I'm on display for the world to see. Sure. Like, I mean, because that was part of a storyline or something. Honestly, I even forget exactly which interview this was, but I remember him saying that, like, I think that was when he was on like Flagrant or something. But I'm not completely bothered by it just because we know that this obviously, we should be.
I know they've talked about it, they worked it out in part of the story, but like I'm just like the same shit that I say for MJF, where I'm like,
it's the same shit.
You're better than that.
Sure.
You should be better than a heel than to go. And it's not even recent pictures. It's little old ass pictures. Like, what was the fucking point?
Yeah.
Like, I think there is better way. You're better than that to require to go that route to get heat.
Yeah.
I don't even consider that cheap heat. That's just lazy heat.
Yeah. I have no argument. I understand exactly what you're saying. So, I mean, that's fine.
I do like the women that appeared in the ring to be challengers. Kalani Jordan, though I don't understand why she came out with Jordan Grace's music. That kind of feels like heelish, even though she was a face.
Yeah.
Lola Vice was out there and Jada Parker. So I'm like, that batch of women being contenders for the NXT Women's Championship, I'm all for that. But I'm like, you're better than that. That like and I heard just in general, everyone is better than that. You don't. That's lazy heat. That's like some old attitude era. Like, yeah, you're doing the cheapest of cheap heat. Yeah. Not even cheap. Like lazy of laziest heat.
Yeah. Building. I said, no argument. I understand what you're saying. I'm just thinking the buck stops with the wrestlers, with them themselves.
Again, they're putting it on there, and obviously Jordan Grace looks how she looks like right now. But I'm like, anybody is better than that. Not just Blake. Anybody. That's just my opinion.
That segues into my last shake. I mean, I didn't have too much to say, but the reason I like that, like you said, with the contenders coming out there, Jada Parker beating Jasmine Nix, she was the only one who was actually active that night. The only one who backed it up on the show. Yeah. So that's why I had it at shake, where I was like, because she's been talking her shit, and I like my whole view on Jada is that she's just been distracted this whole time because she has always said she's wanted the NXT title, and then there's always some bitch popping shit, as she would say. So like that she got to like break off and have this rivalry, break off and have this, and she's been putting great stuff on. So she would be my choice for next, honestly.
I would like for out of that, I feel like Blake Monroe is probably the favorite. Though I could see her just because she got here and maybe she needs to like get a little bit of more of the WWE training underneath her belt. That Jada Parker would probably be it's either Jada Parker or Kalani Jordan.
Yeah. The Kalani's over as hell. Like her, I mean, we know like real world shit, just got engaged. Hopefully they keep married couples together. So I'd be like, not to say that I'm pushing her along, but she's already a North American Women's Champion. So all she has left is the NXT Women's.
I guess if you say like if you go based off of like who punched who and that scrap that they had, obviously that was going to break out. Jada went at Lola. And Kalani, I was going to say Kylie. Kalani went at Blake. And I would assume if Kalani and Blake is the main one that is getting you to the NXT Championship to define the number one contenders out of the 4, I would give Kalani the edge. Yeah. Especially if she's going to turn heel. But those, I guess they're both heel. Like, I don't know. I would say if I had to power rank it, I would say I would have Blake. Kalani, Blake, Kalani, Jordan, Blake, Lola.
I have Jada, Blake, Kaylani, Lola.
Okay. Okay. That's like some good variants on there.
I think she's also a tweener, like Jada. Where you said Kaylani's not even. I agree that that was some heelish shit, like coming out to Jordan's music, where it's like, because Jordan should at that point be in this conversation. Jordan has been, she's challenged for it like 3 times, 4 times already.
Yeah.
So I would have Jordan number 1.
She was screwed out of the last one.
Yeah, exactly. I would have Jordan number 1. But, she just had her shot again. So once again, back to the line, right?
Yeah.
So that's the problem with her. So, but yeah, that's all I got. Interesting women's division for sure. NXT.
That's the most interesting part of it. I mean, the Obafemi, Trick Williams, Javon Evans 3-way, that seems like it's on the line. Because I'm like, I think Javon is the number 1 contender, but Trick was like, I see Oba's eyes and he's eyeballing my title and he wants to, win my title, but I want to be a 2-time champ, double champ, just like JC Jane. Yeah. And so definitely leading up to a 3-way. I hope Javon wins it. But it'd be dope. I mean, I could see Trick Williams also being a crossover champ as well. But let's move over.
The Trick and Egg champion.
Let's move over to the coffee shop, AEW Dynamite, in their last week, I believe, in Chicago.
Yeah. Hot week from AEW, because there was some stuff on Collision, actually, that definitely got to get off. But I'll start with what we agreed on. Oh, man. The tag match on Dynamite. Athena and Billy Starks getting a W on Toni Storm and Alex Windsor.
Yeah.
Toni Storm. It's not a Mariah May situation where she's like taking her under her wing, but she has like given her advice backstage, because they're really putting out like Alex as like, or they've really gotten over on commentary that she's like the newest to like the women's division on AEW. And I don't remember her on Collision at all. So that's where I'm like,
on Ring of Honor.
Oh, okay. All right, there we go. So she's getting the Ring of Honor promo. So she was still part of it. But yeah, clearly must have been over Ring of Honor, like finally getting up here. But
she just lost to
Athena. Yeah, she just lost the title, or not the title, but lost her title shot to Athena on Ring of Honor. But yeah, like Toni was, what was she going for, another Storm Zero? Yeah, she was going for another Storm Zero on Billy Starks, and we get Athena with her fucking cat-like reflexes, like on some like I'm gonna compare it to Rob Van Dam. You remember Rob Van Dam, like when he would get on the turnboat, usually he would do like that one jump, hop to the top, and then turn around. Yeah. Or like if he was coming up, he could like also jump in one jump.
Yeah.
Like just how quickly she got up there from like running out of the ring to like on top, and like not wasting a beat. It's not like the timing of it was perfect. Also, like she got up there and immediately the second she was like on there, jumped and fucking pow, caught Toni 1, 2, 3. I was like, oh shit, that was an awesome finish.
Yeah.
So once again, I'm gonna just belabor the point. I'm gonna beat this dead horse. If it's not Athena, Toni, you fucked up. You fucked up, because this completely segues into my Reggie that I had for AEW this week.
Well, let me get off my point.
Yeah.
I have this in Primo.
Talking quiet or slowly.
I have this in Primo because, yeah, great match overall between all 4 women involved. Billy Starks really impressed me and how she performed in the match as well. And then what really put it over the top for me was the fact that Athena got the pin on Toni.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter, because it doesn't need to be like I'm a number 1 contender. Like, she has the contract.
Yeah.
So it just shows that like, oh, I can get the pin on you. Now, yeah, this was a tag team match, but don't get it twisted. Like, I'm good. Just like, Sasha or Mercedes was good, but like that don't mean like just because I'm Ring of Honor champion doesn't mean like I can't beat you.
Yeah.
And so the fact that they gave us that point is like, yo, she got the pin on her. I'm like, yo, that's what's up. So that put it over. Like, the match itself was great, and then the fact that Athena actually got the 1, 2, 3, not on Alex Windsor,
on Toni.
On Toni, that made it go all the way up to Primo.
So far, she's the AEW GOAT. She's the AEW probably just GOAT in general. It's either her or Mox. They're both the 4-time champions. So man. But I gotta say, this directly segues into my uh shake, or I
Mhm.
mean, I keep saying shake, but my Reggie for the week, which is Collision. To follow up that win on Collision, are you aware of what Athena did?
No.
Athena had a promo, or not a promo, because she was backstage. So she had a not even an interview, just a as vignette, talking to the camera. She's putting it on the line at Forbidden Door. She's not hanging on to it. She said, "I'm not one of these bitches that need to catch you sideways or something. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's at Forbidden Door. If Athena loses, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. That's why it's Reggie, because I'd much rather Athena is already a tweener slash more. She's a more Healy tweener, So it's like I like her beating her legit, like with the contract. That's just as legit to like. I mean, you're just protecting Tony. Like when you
Yeah.
have a Money in the Bank cash in, that's just protecting the champion at that point in time, effectively. So that's what pisses me off because you put all your chips on the table. This is the same shit that Cena did, you know, or like who else has put it on the line ahead of time and lost? A whole bunch of dumb people. So
Yeah.
that's my point. That's all it is. So because at least Christian, like, is we just had the question like a few weeks ago when I was still here. You were like, "Oh, did anybody actually cash it in the main event?" And I was like, "No, not sure." And I was like, "Oh yeah, Christian literally just did that at
Yeah.
All In." So that's the first time anybody's ever done that. Like actually tried to get the jump in the main event, but that just locks it in. Athena is the next AEW Women's Champion. She better be Ring of Honor and AEW champ.
Hey, maybe Mercedes
That's the only.
comes back and costs Tony the belt because she's tight that she didn't get. She lost at All In.
See, that would be some BS because I would. That's the whole point. The whole point is that I can beat you straight up. So that would piss me off. But either
Maybe
way,
that gets you Mercedes versus Athena again.
I mean that would be happening anyway. But I mean that's their next dream match that they got to build up for sure.
I mean, they had the match at
Yeah, they already had it when Athena
for the
lost.
OR.
Yeah.
But again, you just gotta get round 2 and round 3 going.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's what we agreed upon. You also have one more, Primo.
Yeah.
I didn't watch. I don't watch Collision.
Kyle Fletcher is the new TNT champion.
Hey,
beating Dustin Rhodes.
I did hear on the Masked Man show that Dustin Rhodes came out to like original.
Original music
theme song, yeah, intro music.
Yeah, because I don't know, like I mean, it's always like when guys are 56. You know what I'm saying? It always feels like a passing of the torch, you know, type of thing. But it was hardcore as it could be. Got all the good old blood spots in there, like Dustin. Oh, you said you didn't watch it, so Dustin, like just the most cartoony part of it all. The Iron Claw, that's one of those Texas finishers that he uses now. And there was a spot in the match where he goes under the ring and there's a glove, just a straight up like garden glove that has thumbtacks on it, like on the front part of it. Where I'm is he gonna just, he's like, oh, he's gonna paintbrush him, and it's like, oh no, he's going for the Iron Claw, so he's doing this, and Kyle Fletcher's holding off, but obviously he gets it off. And Kyle Fletcher's hair is short and blonde, so you can actually see the prick marks. Like, yeah, that was some pretty that was a pretty awesome spot where it's like, all right, that was really bloody, but like not damaging in any way that you could see. So that was really cool.
Congratulations. Hey, it kind of worked out, I guess, because again,
very short range.
The switch out for because of Adam Cole and like real life injuries.
2 for 1.
Into a four-way in Texas. You give him probably his last championship. Maybe that's a retirement match. Who knows? I don't know.
So that's what I'm gonna go to with it. So yeah, agree with all those points. That's where it makes sense a whole lot more. Where it's like, okay, with like you said, Adam Cole being gone, because we both had Kyle Fletcher. I was like, Kyle Fletcher's winning this, even though he was supposed to be booked to lose. That don't make sense. Anyway, at the end of the match, Kyle Fletcher's a heel. Fuck Dustin Rhodes. You kept this title from me. And the spot, so during the match, he was working over Dustin's knee the whole time, right? And Dustin was already limping and had a bandana like covering his knee. And there's a spot in the match where, Don Callis, he's on commentary until he interferes. Got to give him the screwdriver, the signature weapon. Bang, hit Dustin Rhodes with that. And he's down on the ropes, like on the lower rope. And he stabs him in the knee, like with the screwdriver. but because the scarf is there,
Mm-hmm.
it's holding it, so it
Yeah.
looks like he stabbed him with it. And like clearly there must have been like a blood capsule or something in there because it was sick. It was awesome. Like that they had at the very tip, you could tell that the camera was still far away for enough for you to see the pink or the red on the tip, where it's like, oh, he actually stabbed him, you know. And after that, brainbuster 1, 2, 3. But after the match, she just took a steel chair he was wrapped his leg around this turnbuckle, and 10, 11, 12 times, until they fucking come get, Dustin Rhodes, got to come pick his ass up. So that's where I say retirement match, for the whole write off, fucked his leg up and everything. So
Got to hold the belt for about a couple weeks.
exactly. So, but primo stuff. Mids.
Yeah. Young Bucks over the Outrunners. Great match. I do like the Young Bucks just being played as like just scrubs,
losers now.
Ever since they lost their EVP titles, I like that their nameplate was title name, team name.
Yeah, not even Young Bucks or anything.
It was talent name, and social media handle. It was like, oh damn.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, the $200,000 that you guys won came out of our paychecks, and it was just like. So I just like that whole bit, but they're putting on great matches. I like the part where he super kicked their handshake.
Yeah,
that was pretty dope. Like they've been killing it ever since the this is the most I've enjoyed the Young Bucks. As you guys, I said they felt always like knockout parties, but like right now I'm like, okay, I'm really getting the character entertainment from these guys.
Yeah. And for me it was I put I dittoed the mid, but I put extra points for the Outrunners being Newport smokers.
Oh yeah,
because of if you're a smoker, you recognize those pants as like that's the Newport pack that they were wearing, like that gold stripe white top and like green stripes like on the bottom. Like I was like, and that's where I was like, oh yeah, this is like once again another layer of like, oh, they're the 80s, retro guys, which once again they just pushed ahead of like, I didn't care about Hank and Tank anyway, like because they're like the 90s throwback sort of, and I see Outrunners is like close to FTR, where like FTR is like late 70s, 80s, because they got the synthy music too, but like, and also like the taunt, double elbow drop they do, you son of a bitch, that's Rocky. so I just love all of that, like the most awesome handshake of all time in film history, like the double flex, like. I was like, okay, yeah, they were super over for me, and I was like really rooting for them because I'm down for the downfall of the Bucks, and like you said, them being losers and stuff right now. So I really enjoyed that match, and being, smoking advertisements like you shouldn't be. Like the other man that we had should have been like the main event, Hangman and Mox.
Yeah, great match.
Yeah,
great spot.
Not a chance.
No doubt in the outcome.
Yeah, for sure.
And they'd be like, Samson, why don't you have that at Shake? I'm like, I just enjoyed the match. Like they have a good interference. The Darby stuff was cool too. You know what I'm saying? I thought for a fact that once Moxley hit him with the title belt, I thought it was a wrap. Honestly.
Yeah, that would have been crazy.
I was actually like, so
that was
you're telling me one Hangman clothesline is stronger.
A buckshot lariat.
A buckshot lariat is stronger than getting hit by a title belt.
Yeah, I can believe that. I mean, he's known as like the way they used to put Undertaker over.
Yeah.
Like as like one of the best like straight up brawlers. They really put that over with Hangman and this journey with Mox. Like that you don't want to throw hands with, Paige anymore. Like he has heavier hands than Mox, basically.
That just seems like more of like a pop-up show type of kick out.
Yeah.
And I get it. Like, this is like, you've kind of been doing a residency at the Chicago arena and whatnot.
The crescendo to it all, yeah.
I just was like, man, that feels like a pop-up show kind of kick out rather than like on TV, free TV. I thought we were thinking
that was
title
awesome.
change.
Yeah.
But
that was awesome.
It was still an enjoyable match. I really enjoyed it. But again, outcome not in doubt. Yeah. It was always going to be mid. It couldn't get higher into primo.
It is interesting.
The only way you would have got into primo was if you made a title change.
Yeah. No, that would have made it a primo for sure. It's interesting you bring up like basically the residency that they've been in like the Chicago like this house this entire time, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is their last one. So it's like thinking about it in that vacuum, it's like, oh yeah, well that's what the word crescendo came to me, where it's like, oh for them, this was like, oh yeah, him winning it and like defending these guys for however many weeks, and like,
Yeah.
you know, they saw Mox coming in as champion and stuff. So I was like, okay,
I think they're also gonna be doing Philadelphia soon,
okay.
like the ECW arena. I think.
Mhm. Oh yeah, yeah, the Hammerstein Ballroom.
No, that's in New York.
That's New York. Yeah, I keep
Yeah.
forgetting that. But anyway, my other mid that I had, this was about to be champion of the week slash
That's that Reggie.
Primo
This is bullshit.
slash Primo. But Max Caster got his first win. I put it in air quotes versus
Okay, what's
Roosh.
the air quotes me because, like I say, I want my theory to be like Max Caster goes on a losing streak that equals that he becomes 500 on his record,
Yeah.
and I'm like, this is bullshit. But go ahead.
No, he won. I mean, by all, it's the rules of wrestling. He
Yeah.
won the match, but basically, Roosh got caught up in the storyline of the match. Roosh was pissed off that like their whole first minute 30 seconds, you got Max Caster like just trotting outside the ring, like he ain't ready for me, you know, just like, you know, getting his head together or whatever. When the timer is going, it's 5 minutes with the best wrestler alive.
Mhm.
And Roosh just proceeds to beat the shit out of them for the next like 3 minutes and 30 seconds, to the point that he doesn't realize that this timer is still going.
Mhm.
So he's about to hit him with his finisher. You know, I think it's just called the horns. But you know, you mess with the bulls, you get the horns, and that's just his running drop kick
Yeah.
for you into the face. And the timer goes. So it's not a count out, but it's a win.
You didn't beat the man.
You
within
didn't
5
beat
minutes.
him on his terms.
Yeah.
So Max got a win by his definition.
Okay. Yeah, he's
That-
still on that losing streak. in my opinion.
Exactly. So that's where I'm at. That's where I'm like, if he was gonna win, that's where I'd be like, I want him to pin somebody.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Emphatically.
Yeah.
But now that I think about it, and I'm like talking it out with you, I had to explain this slightly. I'm like, I'm kind of okay with this actually, just because
I'm not bad with it. I'm not mad at it.
because I thought it was a count out now that I'm thinking about it, but it was just his 5-minute timer.
Yeah.
So it's like, by his definition, you didn't beat him because you couldn't take 5 minutes with me. And he's just going to be talking shit
Yeah.
now. Like, you can see I beat Roosh already. I'm getting better every day, people. Like,
When he got his ass whooped the entire time.
he got his ass beat. Like, that's what happened. So,
That's hilarious. I don't mind that. I enjoy that. I would have that. I could see that as a
yeah. So I had an air quotes, Max Caster's first win in air quotes versus Roosh. So that's a mid for me this week. And that was on Collision. That's why you didn't see that.
Yeah.
But yeah. I guess, yeah, my last thing. Yeah. Anything? Okay.
Yeah, she got shake.
Yeah, Shake. On Dynamite, MJF officially getting 2 thumbs down. Because at first I thought, because they say everything, I guess they mean everything has to be unanimous in the Hurt Syndicate, at least between the original 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it makes sense because, MJF spent a month and a half, damn near 2 months, just trying to woo Bobby, you know what I'm saying, to get in. All 3 are in. Bobby already gave him the thumbs down, so now Shelton gave him the thumbs down, called him out for giving him a fake watch. Like, motherfucker, like, this is the best looking watch I've ever seen off a Temu. You heard the crowd go, oh, shit. Like, he's like, you think I don't know the difference between, like, real shit? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn. So, that would be some MJF shit. Like, oh, I'm just going to scam you. You know what I'm saying? So, it's like, he got 2 thumbs down
Still
now.
held it on for like a month.
Yeah. But he got 2 thumbs down now. So now I guess you need officially. I guess it would make sense that
The guys
MVP would need to be the last one. He's the one who brought him in. Like, it's like
the guys gave him a chance, and
Yeah.
they just like, no, we can't do it.
exactly.
So I can see MVP saying no.
So
Down.
I think that's what we're waiting to see now. Is if MVP is going to see no next week.
It was
you know?
fun while it lasted.
Yeah, I was like, that's kind of quick though. Like,
MJF,
I guess if you think-
MJF doesn't need people like that.
that's true, but I was like, I guess I was thinking like, I mean, he still has a contract, so immediately my thought was like, it's a fake out. Like, but I think I also agree with you that it's like, I feel like that's a shot in the dark. Like, if he wins the title, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mhm.
oh, like, well, you brought it to the Hurt Syndicate, you know, you back on good shit, you know what I'm
But
saying?
yeah,
But they don't
with
seem to,
Bobby's
they don't,
ego, let him
they
allow
don't, yeah, exactly. They don't operate like that. So that's already a swing from the
Yeah.
Hurt Syndicate. That's the only thing I could think of. But, and also, if you think the totality of the storyline, it has been like 3 months, 4 months. You know, him trying to get in and then being together. So it's like, I guess it's been. I gotta look back at how long. I just felt like it seemed
It
kind
was
of
more
quick.
build up to get them together than
Then
they've
it has
been
been
together.
Yeah, exactly. So that's all. But yeah, that was Shake. Cool to see where it goes. But I guess looking forward to see. I guess MVP. He'll probably have a thumbs down coming for us soon.
Maybe he turns on Bobby. He's trying to align himself with the belt.
Nah, Tony don't see color. He got to keep the black man together.
That's it for the coffee shop. Let's go to the gallery and for the book of wrestling. Book of wrestling. Let's get into it. We got 3 on the docket.
Yep, 1 match and 2 thingy things. So the moment, I guess you would say, would be the oldest one here, the pilot of Sunday Night Heat, just a historical fact. July 27th, 1998, the pilot of Sunday Night Heat taped its first ever episode at Arrowhead Point in Anaheim, California. The taping marked the first time Shane McMahon was identified by name on WWE programming as he was color commentator on the show.
Yeah.
So just like we found out about Vince being on the Sun or the owner of everything on commentary, that's when we first heard about Shane being the boss's son on commentary.
Yeah.
So interesting fact right there.
I'm not even like thinking that's the boss. He's just being identified as first time as Shane McMahon.
Yeah, I guess maybe he wasn't involved yet. I guess.
Yeah,
I didn't look at that moment. So
I remember watching it just like through replays and whatnot. I'm like, oh yeah, okay, that is the first time you see Shane.
Yeah, and the match recommendation this week was the same day, was July 27th, 2002, though.
Okay.
Ring of Honor's first main event. You just think history, man. History. Every time you go back in these Ring of Honor 2000s, it's like, what the fuck? But you got the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels, which we know he finally just retired, you know, with his storyline being sacrificed to Hangman when Hangman was fucking going crazy. And he was on his heel shit. Low key. Like known as like one of the stiffest wrestlers in history, like for real TNA legend, and had a WWE run as Cabal.
Yeah.
And Daniel Bryan. Yeah, so 3-way match.
This makes me want to say, like, damn, like, this makes me feel like a young person when they say, like, someone that's like for us, like, we'll say, like, oh, yeah, I'm 35. And they were like, man, you're old. And it's like, that's how I feel about hearing Daniel Bryan in the first main event.
Yeah. A Ring of Honor
in 2002. I'm like, damn, Daniel Bryan, you old. When you really like 45, 46.
Yeah.
But I'm like, bro, like 2002.
That's a minute ago. You was wrestling back then.
That's 23 years ago. That means you was wrestling before that.
Literally 3 decades. Like the American Dragon, that whole thing is real. New Japan, that man was on the grind before he even came to WWE. Like,
I guess when I say old, he's like old in the fact that you've been wrestling for that long.
Experience, for sure. Like Jericho. That's one of the reasons I like Jericho so much.
It's like it wouldn't be surprised because I guess he started the same age as like Roxanne or like Jeff Hardy.
As young as hell.
Yeah, just super young as hell. Like Roxanne's gonna be like that. It's like, oh yeah, she had matches back in like 2016, 2017 on NXT, and it's like, or 29, whenever like the earliest you can get it. But I'm just saying, like, and then you see that it's like 2045. You're like, damn.
Yeah.
She's still wrestling.
She's still going.
And she like what, 40 now?
Right. That's crazy. And last thing on here, August 1st, 2006, CM Punk's WWE debut, which was, you know, WWECW back in the day. CM Punk made his much anticipated ECW debut in a match against Justin Credible on an episode of ECW on Sci-Fi. Remember? They used to have SmackDown and ECW. They have times on Sci-Fi channel also. Taped at Hammerstein Ballroom. So yeah, that's
I don't think SmackDown was ever on Sci-Fi.
I think it was for a bit. It was on something weird like that. I feel like it was.
I feel like
back on the Thursdays.
I feel like that. Like, why would you limit that audience?
On the Thursdays, it was back then. Or at least for a short bit.
It probably, I would have doubted, but
just for a short
because that is still part of the USA,
yeah,
like networking, NBC Universal Network. so I wouldn't be
Yeah,
surprised.
you know way more about
that
that
just
stuff,
seems like
man.
a very small niche channel to put SmackDown.
Yeah.
I can see ECW, but SmackDown, SmackDown is like a legacy show at this point. It's been on since '99. You know what I'm saying? Like 6 years short.
Yeah.
Of Raw. So, but that's not here. Or there. That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah.
That is it for the Book of Wrestling. Trying to catch it a little quicker now because we got predictions still to make. So let's get into this boutique of SmackDown. And we know how we always talk about the SmackDowns, specifically on these go home weeks, how it is not worth it to go to these shows because they're really not that entertaining. But there is some stuff that I enjoyed. You got again the highest thing on the card.
Yeah. Honestly, just because when you talk about uncertainty, they put a dash of uncertainty in me. Like the Cena and Cody promo, where Cena effectively apologizes to just everybody. And once again, you asked me before, is like, is this just a manipulation? Is this just a manipulation?
Yeah.
Of Cody and us. You know what I'm saying? Where he said also previously in his heel persona, like, I could turn on, you're gonna buy my shit anyway. You're cheering 1 minute, you'll boo me the next. So, this could just be he wants to be cheered. You know what I'm saying? So that was obviously on the forefront of my mind, but literally on the level of like, sincerity and shaking Cody's hand and drinking with him and all this shit. I'm like,
my prediction.
Okay.
I don't believe it. My predictions for this is that I think some of the qualms that some people have had with John Cena's matches in particular since he's been a heel champ is that he really doesn't do much. And he's not like, he's just kind of punching and kicking and just kind of just being
cruise control.
Kind of cruise control a little bit. And people kind of want to see that old Cena back. This gives him an opportunity to give you a classic Cena match. Right?
Sure.
There's going to be opportunities for him to possibly do some of the dastardly heel things that he's been doing.
Yeah.
But he's going to shy away from it from as long as possible until he feels like his back against the wall. And he's like, nah, I got to do it, and hits him with the belt. And John Cena retains. So that's how I would be. That's how I take what happened last night. Police report had the little alarm bells. Oh, John Cena's back. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
That is not happening. This is still John Cena.
Yeah.
Unless you want to say like, oh, now we got the rest of the year is just a face John Cena run until he leaves to the championship. I don't believe that.
Yeah.
That's not interesting.
Yeah. Like I said, to me, it was just on its face. It's like he's gonna be like psych, at SummerSlam. Basically, like you just said. You just booked it, but it's just gonna he's like, I've just manipulated you. And like that's what we're gonna hear literally the next day on Raw. It's gonna be like, you idiots. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like classic shit. So but other than that, like the mids, we agreed on all of this.
Yeah.
We got the debuts of some AAA superstars, Mr. Iguana, the most over thing in wrestling still since like Worlds Collide, and Psycho Clown. They came to challenge for the AAA titles from Los Garzas. Came up short, but but SmackDown got to see him.
As hell match.
Yeah. It wasn't that sloppy. There was one spot like Mr. Iguana.
Yeah, he nearly fell off the ropes.
That was the one. I was like, that took the air out of it.
Where the Los Garzas, they were supposed to hit that same kind of like drop kicks when Psycho Clown had jumped off the rope, and only one of them actually did it.
Drop kick, it was a clothesline from the other one,
and it was like, some sloppiness in this match, but I put it in mid just for the fact that it was great to see Mr. Iguana and Psycho Clown on mainstream U.S. television.
Yeah, Psycho Clown was brawling, dude.
Yeah,
it was big.
That's literally why I have that there. It was just like, it was dope to see them have that match.
Nice surprise for sure.
Priest versus Damian Priest over Aleister Black, but by disqualification. I primarily like this because Damian Priest was kind of getting one up on Aleister Black at the point, and then out of nowhere you just see a chair fly through. And
that was great.
That looked good.
Aleister Black said, "Fuck this!" Like you just see a chair come flying in and hit him like off camera chair flying in, just hits Damian Priest in the dome. Ding 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 ding. It's like, man, fuck this shit.
I'm done with this match.
Exactly.
I thought that was hilarious, and that's primarily why I have it at mid. Also, from
Just
a
wanted to
non
beat your ass.
character perspective, like from a non-kayfabe perspective, like feel like Damian Priest and Aleister Black actually probably have a good relationship. For the fact, I don't know this, but obviously you see a lot of Damian Priest and Zelina Vega hanging out, doing a lot of PR together and stuff like that, because they're New Yorkers, and then also they're both Puerto Rican and whatnot.
He's probably around. Yeah.
Zelina is also married to Aleister Black. That they probably have like a really that's my boy.
Easy math, yeah.
And I'm trying to help him get over as well. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And then speaking of Zelina, hate that she lost, but it's a great match, and nonetheless, obviously Julia's not going to lose it, but Julia over Zelina retaining her U.S. championship was also dope.
Yo, I gotta send Corey Graves like on commentary because he'll be knowing the names and stuff. The Glorious Driver, that signature, like it's like a sort of that. It's a key lock pump handle, like driver basically. Yeah, like Michinoku, not Michinoku, it's a pump handle hold. So it's a Glorious Driver. But
I'm gonna tell you, shut up, Mark.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
this is what Julia told me what the name was.
Yeah, right. I mean, he didn't name it at all. So, but Glorious Driver. Because I think he just said this like awesome innovative offense or some shit like that, you know.
Anything on SmackDown that stood out to you?
Charlotte was looking cute, like her and Alexa backstage, making me think they're going to win the tag titles more and more.
Well, let's get into that. Let's get into SummerSlam and these predictions. Because again, 2 nights. We exhausted the recap. Let's get into these predictions. Night 1 tonight starts at 6 o'clock. First match, according to Wikipedia, not listed accurately because we don't know the card officially yet. This is not correct. Well, why does it say JC Jane Jordan Grace? That is not right.
Yeah, that was immediately my thought looking at it.
That is supposed to be Tiffany Stratton, Jade Cargill for the women's title match. Who you got?
That's tough. That's a tough one for me. I would like Jade to win, honestly. Because once again, it just brings me back to like that's why Mania and like Raw's that week after Mania is so important because that was the visual they gave us was Jade, was the first person to come out basically after Tiffany was like talking shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like this is SummerSlam. This is a big spot. I'm like, how long is this reign now? I don't know. I'm willing to swing on Jade.
I'm going to Jade as well. I think I did hear a little bit of predictions on Masked Man Show. I think this is like the only prediction I heard. But I did agree with the point where not saying that I think she needs a bit of a clarity in her character. I think WWE saw the pop that she was getting, and they're like, "Oh, we can make her a face," or like she's getting face pop. Let's lead her into being a face.
Yeah,
when she's naturally coming off as a heel, and I think this will allow her to at least be a heel that can be cheered. And it's weird because I think people are going to cheer for her, but I think you still need to she needs to be a little bit more defined as
Jade or Tiffany.
Tiffany.
Okay,
I think Tiffany.
Okay, I got you. I'm with you now.
It needs to be a little bit more defined as a character. Okay. That's why I think having her lose the belt and maybe just go into like crazy heel Tiffany.
Okay.
Vengeful Tiffany.
Yeah.
Trying to regain her title back. It probably gives her a little bit more clarity in her reign rather than, having her feel this tweener that really just feels unsure.
Yeah.
So I'll go Jade.
Yeah. I think that's funny because I consider that a swing. Next, Randy Orton and Jelly Roll and Drew and Logan. I do not care.
Randy.
Yeah, I'm going to Randy and Jelly Roll just strictly because fucking
celebrity.
Yeah, that's literally I do not care about. I've not cared 1 second about this, and we've been like locked in on that. Yeah. The best part about this the entire time, honestly, was when Jelly Roll was on Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel, and like I said, Randy Orton and like
that segment,
Drew and Logan, they all came out.
Yeah.
That was dope.
Yeah, that segment was dope.
Crossing over into the mainstream, that was the coolest thing. But like,
I would say that I wouldn't be surprised if Jelly turned on Randy Orton.
He's not hard enough for that. I mean, I would hope like SummerSlam is the biggest party of the summer, so I would hope it ends here with a victory for Jelly Roll. We don't see it. Women's tag team championships. I'm gonna go Charlotte and Alexa
Same.
because, like I said, she was just looking cute to me, and also like Alexa was wearing that T-shirt last week. We're not friends,
Yeah.
and Charlotte was wearing it this week. So
Yeah. Again, it's just they're Charlotte and Alexa. Like no slouch to Roxanne and
the
Raquel.
vets need to get another
But
W.
again, I think having the belt with we're not friends, I think just works well.
I just need to know what's their faction name. We're not just gonna say
Alexa said it on the pod. No, she said it on the pod.
Oh.
I forget the name on her interview with the Masked Man. There's a name. She has a name that they call themselves, but I forget. I'm blanking on it right now.
Yeah.
I'll play it once we get off the pod.
You put Charlotte and Flair on yours.
Oh,
for the
yeah, I
prediction.
did.
Yeah, Charlotte and her twin. That makes sense. I mean, double goats.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Next up, Roman and Jay versus Braun and Braun. Bronson.
Yeah, Roman and Jay. Like I said, man.
Yeah, and
like the way that ended on Monday.
Yeah,
it tells you everything you need to know. And then this is Roman's first match back since WrestleMania. Like he is not losing. The same way it was the same thing. What was it? Randy Orton coming back for anybody that's been gone, and this is their first match back after like they're winning.
Yeah. So and really, it wasn't even that for me as much because I love how over the division are, and I consider this like pretty even, honestly, just with the visual that we got. But the reason that I'm going with them is because of the classic rule of visual. So it's like the last thing we saw is like them standing tall.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's like, man, Roman ain't losing this shit. Like he ain't getting Debo'd twice. So
it's Roman.
Exactly.
Next, we got Sami Zayn versus Karrion Kross. Stipulation match where if Karrion Kross wins, Sami Zayn has to say words. Have the words "Kross was right." If Zayn wins, Kross must say I was wrong about Zayn.
I want Karrion to win this because I feel like Sammy's indestructible. So it's like whatever like downward spiral that would put not downward spiral. I think because Sammy's like man enough to be like, you got the better of me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And like Karrion can just eat off of that because let's say Karrion's beat him before. Was that last? Was that a
yeah, he beat him last pay-per-view.
It was on
pay-per-view. I think they're tied 1-1.
Yeah. They've had 2 matches already?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I thought this was the second match, but I'm going Karrion. Just because, I mean.
See, like, so the real life word on the streets, on the gossip rumor mills, is that Karrion Kross and Scarlett's contract is coming up. And he hasn't resigned. Though he's doing interviews for SummerSlam. I'm not going to buy into the shoot. I'm going to go into this is a match I'm very unsure about. I'm just
going quick trigger because I'm honestly way more unsure than I'm coming off right now.
I'm going Karrion because I think Sammy needs that kind of like self-doubt in his character story arc right now. Okay. That not everything could just be like I overcome adversity every step of the way. I mean, maybe he's the John Cena but I feel like I think what Karrion Kross is trying to get over to Sammy is like if you really want to win a world championship, you need to put yourself first and not overworking yourself like Jey Uso and some of these other people do, where they always try to please the fans. It's like, nah, be about yourself.
That's interesting because I did say that I would have earlier on. I was like, I would have Sammy beating Seth for the title, but it's like Sammy winning the world title as a heel for the first time is interesting. So because that would be Karrion manipulating him, or at least he started the downward spiral.
Exactly, that's Karrion Kross's whole MO. That's how I'm playing it out right now. But I would not be shocked at all if Sami Zayn just, pulled out the diamond level resilience.
I'm willing to lose on this last prediction, and I'm going to go for the World Heavyweight Championship because I remember asking you when CM Punk came back, did you need him to win the title? And you were like, emphatically no. And I also don't need it. However, it would be a moment, you know what I'm saying? And not to mention for people like you that are hanging on to Seth being like, hey, it's all a work. He's not actually hurt.
I'm not saying it's a work.
Granted.
I think that's a shoot.
Okay.
I think he's legitimately hurt.
Okay. Well, I remember I had to talk you off the ledge immediately and be like, nah, dog. But I mean, people are still.
Yeah, in the first 10 minutes when we were watching it, but
Sure.
then I was like, oh damn, this shit's legit when I started looking.
All right, sure, but similar to you, like saying, like, I guess in the streets, you know what I'm saying? I guess it is heavy talk about this all being a work. You know what I'm saying? And granted, he did land on his feet. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if so, that's a great, fucking audible. Like I said, in the moment, I was like, that shit looked way too real and way too like talking to the ref and shit like this. They were calling it out on the fly. So for CM Punk to win, I think that's like not necessarily the worst. Like I said, I'm down for a CM Punk reign for sure. I'm all for it. But if it was to happen, I would think it's like even you're kind of like, I guess maybe this is just too much booking mind, too much of a mark mind, but like Seth still has the money in the bank, right? So it's like him cashing in and fucking booting his head in.
Yeah, that could be the same thing too. Yeah.
So or CM Punk could just beat him straight up because that would be absolutely fucking. I don't think that would be the favorite, betting odds, saying straight up. So I think it's gonna be a great match, but like I could see two GTSs putting Gunther down. You know what I'm saying? I can see that. So
yeah,
but
I can also see Gunther just making CM Punk pass out.
I can also see that. So yeah, who you going?
CM Punk? I want CM Punk.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there's a title change happening here.
Yeah, I bet you no title changes.
No.
No tag team. Yeah, tag team.
And Jade.
Yeah, and Jade. Yeah,
so
that's first. Yeah, so yeah, and that's the
3-in-1.
That's arguably the most important one.
That seems a bit rich, but it's SummerSlam.
It's SummerSlam. Yeah, sure.
We're gonna have to balance it out on the next one.
I just told you that it wasn't gonna be a tie. That's all. Like, I was like, I know I'm so unsure about shit that I'm just pulling the trigger on a lot of these. Like, yeah. In this moment, I'm just not thinking too deeply about it.
Well, let's get into night 2, Sunday.
Yep.
Women's World Championship match. Triple threat. Naomi defends her title against Rhea Io. I'm going Naomi as well. Like I said, Monday, her team lost. Io and Naomi won. And then I think you have that traditional factor in a triple threat where the two people that were on sides right now, like Rhea and Io, they have respect for one another, but who's pinning Rhea? Who's pinning Naomi?
Yeah.
Right? Unless Rhea finally gets the pin over Io in this.
Yeah. I could see that.
But I think they're going to be fighting to pin Naomi, and they're just going to end up battling each other, and Naomi's going to come on and get the sneak win.
Yeah.
No disqualification, no count out last chance match for Women's Intercontinental Championship. Becky defends her title against Lyra, and if Lyra loses, she can't challenge for the title.
It's funny because this is one of the ones that I'm not sure about. Just because they're 1-1, right? So at least as far as the title is concerned. So we know that this is like
she's 0-1, I think.
She just won the title straight up. No, she beat her in the tournament to win the title. That's what it was. I think that's what. Or no, Becky was gone before that.
No, yeah, she just won the title like a couple months ago, and then she defended that title against between Bailey.
That's right.
And
Lyra. That's right. That was the second one. Yeah, you're right. So
she's 0-1 right now as far as like her chance at Becky as far as trying to regain her title.
Yeah, I feel like it's supposed to be like I don't know how much Bailey cares about that title. Like, because if I was to throw like it's a no DQ, no disqualification. So I'm so conflicted on the characters here where everybody feels like, I mean, maybe this is like really great writing, which is why I'm confused because like similarly to like Charlotte, like when she first came back and it's like you get mixed reactions like now, or like Tiffany, you were saying like, she's kind of like leaning heel a little bit now, like with Lyra, like at least in this 3-way, like coming at Bailey and shit like that. And obviously we know Becky was antagonizing her, but Bailey didn't do shit. So I'm like, would Bailey just return the lit? Because remember, she interfered in her match.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
yeah. The stipulation makes it feel like Lyra is going to
she should win, but it's like, I mean, but
I'm
also
going Bailey interference. I'm going
Bailey.
Becky.
Yeah, Becky. Yeah, that's where I'm at. Because that's where I'm like, I don't think she cares about the title as much as she cares about like fuck Lyra.
No, I think she cares about the title because again, She's only had one actual singles match to get this.
True. Yeah.
And it was called.
Yeah.
She lost because of Lyra DQ.
And yeah. Exactly.
That's bullshit.
And that's where I'm like, is that a character change, or is that because this is where I'm like, all three of them are tweeners at this point. Becky is still the most heel, but like Lyra, you interfered on shit. Like she's like face tweener.
The way
I think Bayley
is selling it to me, I feel like they're trying to sell it, or I feel like how they're trying to sell it is that Lyra is a face in this situation.
Yeah,
and I'm like, I don't buy that.
Yeah, exactly. But I think this is going exactly the way that they want it to go, where it's like, yeah, you're getting kind of big for your britches. I'm like, you know, like, come on now. So
I have a championship belt for Lyra. Don't worry.
Okay.
You'll appreciate it.
Yeah. And plus she's definitely one of Triple H's girls where it's like she's gonna hold the women's world title at some point.
Yeah, she's already 2-time Intercontinental.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like that was kind of my realness of it.
Cage match.
Yeah.
US title. Solo defends against Jacob.
Man. Another unsure one, honestly. Because that's funny, because the theory of a steel cage is once again no interference, right?
Yeah.
But you don't have a faction for no reason. So, Young into the Rain. I mean, granted, we just saw Jacob effectively took them all out himself. Like when we didn't talk about that on SmackDown, but that did happen. You know, the MFTs came down and like were beating down Jimmy, and then Jacob came in there for the save and basically took out everybody himself. So, I'll let you go first on this.
I go solo. I'm gonna go with the cheap answer of the numbers don't lie and they spell disaster for Jacob. I still don't think there's enough. You might get the return of Tama
Tonga, yeah.
Tonga, and he might align with them, but that's just Jay and Tama. That's Jimmy and Tama versus JC Cobbs,
JC
Mateo,
yeah.
Tala Tonga,
and
Tonga Loa,
yeah, and Solo.
And Solo, that's you're still a man short.
Yeah.
So just by that, I gotta go. The numbers
strictly math
don't lie, and they spell disaster for Jug.
Yeah, because I just do it. I wasn't even thinking about other debuts, but just like you said, just the faction thing of it is like just straight up. Because obviously, straight up, Jacob is winning this match. If it was, in theory, just him and Solo in a steel cage.
Yeah.
Young in the Rain. IC title match: Dominic and AJ Styles.
I hate that AJ got the pin. I think they want the belt on Dom.
Yep.
Isn't there a AAA?
Shit.
Isn't there a AAA like WrestleMania coming up?
Another pay-per-view, yeah. He's challenging for the heavyweight title, I'm pretty sure.
Okay. Yeah, I'll keep it on Dom. There's the simple fact that AJ got the pin on him. And he's been instigating this. And I feel like AJ is probably going to win at some point, but I just think right now it's like Dom is just too hot to take the belt off. And him just being this not cheesy, but
sniveling heel.
Yeah,
sniveling runaway heel.
Yeah, it's just something that I think is just working.
As I'm sitting here, I'm like, I don't know. Let's go with the predictions. Like this episode still hasn't ended. The 6-pack TLC match for the WWE Tag Team Championships, which seems to be the makeup that they're giving us from WrestleMania, but what they know that they should have done. So it's the current champions Wyatt Six versus Andrade and Rey Fenix versus DIY versus Fraxium versus Motor City Machine Guns versus the Street Profits. That is a lot.
Logic would say the Wyatt
Six
because they just won him. Heart says Andrade and Rey Fenix or the Street Profits.
I gotta go.
Other one is also I could see DIY. My least two favorites are Fraxium and Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah.
Not any out of personal. I just think out of like powering. I think like DIY kind of comes off as the Edge and Christian. Andrade and Rey Fenix pretty much had the tag team titles won until the interference by Nikki Cross.
Yeah.
Last week on SmackDown. Street Profits are the Street Profits.
And the Wyatt Six got
like
a lot
they're
of
also
people.
like very athletic with Montez Ford and whatnot, but I can see Montez Ford also just like crashing himself out of the match.
Like in the Jeff Hardy spot.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Um,
I'm gonna go Wyatt 6. And this is where I saw I don't have a title change. And which is why I'm looking at AJ and Dom so much. Because
Dexter Loomis and who?
Joe Gacy.
Joe Gacy.
Like I said, there's a lot of people in the Wyatt 6. You got the big Redwood still there.
The numbers don't lie.
Creepy shit happens.
They spell disaster for the rest of the teams.
Creepy shit. So,
Yeah, there's nobody else to help the other guys. Yeah. I'll go Wyatt 6.
mhm.
I'm trying to be like, is there a way that I can avoid a tie here? But hey, if you want to, I'm not going to persuade you. I don't have any persuasion.
I know. I'm
for
just
AJ and Dom. I'm just, if you find yourself persuading yourself to,
I'm just
to
really
switch over-
I'm literally just thinking about like AJ stalking him. It's just been real fun watching
Yeah.
him do that. You know what I'm saying? So really good. Like I told you, I really wanted AJ to win the TNA title.
Mhm.
You know, off a trick. I mean, that still could happen.
I mean,
think that's-
Dom holding the title from WrestleMania to SummerSlam, that's a good reign.
Yeah, it
Doesn't he need
is.
to hold it any longer? He could win it back in a couple months.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how
AJ
long.
don't need to hold it that long.
I'm just wondering how long is it until he's Latino heat? You know
I mean,
what I'm
he's pretty
saying?
much
Face.
that.
No, but
Oh, you mean
face.
face,
Yeah,
okay.
exactly. So it's like bigger picture once again, not to stretch us
Isn't
out.
he kind of like that?
Stretch us
Ever
out a
since
little.
he won a title, because he got a pop when he won a title. Like people are happy.
Well,
for
yeah,
him,
of course,
like-
but he still gets booed. He still gets booed.
Yeah, I mean,
Like when
yeah,
he touches the mic. So that's what I'm saying. We're still, but
I
we
get
want
what you're-
to
I
cheer
I
for
get what
him.
you're saying.
So it's like, and we just booked the girls losing the titles. So the girls just lost the titles in the Judgment Day. He
Mhm.
loses the title. I mean, granted, maybe Judgment Day. I mean, we're talking about Judgment Day falling apart, you know, whatever. That's like sort of like my background air of the booking because of the titles are getting lost. But the guys just retained
Yeah.
on Raw, so that's where it falls apart. The theory, but
I mean, Finn Balor being the only one with JD McDonough,
yeah,
the guy that he brought into the Judgment Day to be the only ones to hold titles, while Raquel, obviously he wants Raquel to hold a title, but
Mhm.
like maybe Raquel ends up winning a world championship at some point. I don't know, but
like I said, Raquel, she could be the beast. Though she needs to be in the IC division.
yeah,
Just
she
walk
could win
in there
that
and
too
fucking
as well.
stomp those women out.
So you're sticking with Dom or you switching to AJ?
Yeah, I was just wanting to give you like clarity on my thought process. That's all. I mean, I'm still like I said, I just really have enjoyed it.
Give yourself some time to marinate on this
yeah.
last match on the card, which is the street fight between Cody Rhodes and John Cena.
Mhm.
I already said John Cena is winning this. I don't believe the heel. I don't believe the face turn.
Mhm.
I think he's gonna get. It's an excuse to give you a classic Cena match that hits all of the classic Cena tropes.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, you're still gonna get the ending. It's still gonna be a heel Cena.
Yeah.
I'm not even predicting like a Rock appearance or anything like that. I just feel like this is just an excuse to be like, if this is a major pay per view, I can't just give you the heel match. I gotta give you like OG classic Cena.
Mhm.
And if the next time you're gonna see OG classic Cena match is the last time I defend this belt on Saturday Night's main event, fine.
Like I said, I still believe in the double turn. I believe in like I know that's a crazy
Mhm.
booking, but I believe in the double turn for the last night. You know what I'm saying? Like Cody going heel to win the championship from Cena because it's his last shot. And now we're like, what the fuck, Cody? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, even with that, I believe in, you know, like I said, it's a manipulation. Like I said, I mean, he said it early on, once again, after Mania. He's like, you're gonna do it, you're gonna cheer for me anyway. I mean, like I said, it's still AJ and Dom for me, where I'm like going back and forth with that. It's not really a question, but it's Cena. I think where we're missing it is just the obvious 6-pack challenge.
Yeah.
Just because it's like not so predictable, but like because it's so many people, you think it is predictable. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, I mean, but there's obviously all those guys are great. Once again, my heart goes out to Kit Wilson. My fucking Pretty Deadly are not in here. They're getting released, dog. I'm sorry to tell you. I'm sorry to tell
Don't
you.
put that curse on them, Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, I know. I shouldn't. I should not. But
All right, those are our predictions for SummerSlam nights 1 and 2. That starts in a couple hours, so we definitely got to get some food in our system before that kicks off. Because I'm starving.
yeah,
Oh, let's wrap this show up.
for show.
I'll go. I don't have mine listed here, but I'll probably add it for just tracking sake. Mine is simple. It's the Chris Jericho. Now, won't you please shut the hell up to Lyra? I'm tired of all this bitching. Oh my god! Like every time she comes out and she just feels like somebody slighted her, and I'm like, girl, what are you fucking talking about?
Yeah.
You lost to Becky. Like legitimate or not, you lost.
Yeah.
And then you're interfering, talking about Bailey's being selfish. Who's selfish? You're selfish. Like I'm just like, again, if you're trying to sell me that she's a face, you're doing a terrible job. If you're telling me that she's this tweener, where like some people could sympathize and some people could be like me and be like, girl, what are you talking about? You're clearly on the wrong on this, or just like irrational about it. You're doing a poor job. I feel like they're trying to push her as the face in this, and I'm like, I don't see that. And every time she complains, and I'm talking about kayfabe, not anything that has to do with her personally as a person.
Yeah.
Just in kayfabe, it's just I don't buy it, and I'm always annoyed hearing her bitch and complain.
Yeah, recently. I think it's funny because it's funny that we agree on like the outcome, but like I see it completely differently. Where I think they're getting it off exactly the character that they want. That she is fucking, having some character.
Like a child.
She is having character flaws right now. She is being a petulant child. I know what I'm saying. I think that's what the character is right now. Like, you don't interfere in a match without being selfish. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't see what the fuck she's doing.
Yeah.
Like, that's clear. So it's like, we already said, she's a 2-time IC champion. She'll be the next person to like, hit the new face women's champion with a steel chair. That's what it'll be. That'll be her heel turn officially.
Yeah.
But
I don't most appreciate her being a heel than being a face. I think she could pull that off extremely well.
I think she could, yeah. The two that I got up here, for the Thirsty Championship of the week, right here. This is the
Wrestling Re-Up Uncut.
Yeah, the Dean Martin. Baby, it's cold outside. Baby, it's cold outside. Title going to Jade Cargill. Talking to Tiffany backstage, just a minute-long segment, like, watch your back, I'm coming for you. Jade was freezing. I'll just say that.
Okay.
she was cold in the segment. And I was like,
I missed that segment.
Oh yeah. She was cold. I'll just say that. Self-explanatory. And then next, I got from Chappelle Show, Dave Chappelle. Nigga, don't do that. That's 5 to 10. It's like, every black man is certified paralegal and shit. Popping out of the fucking window. Going to Darby Allin. Once again, like with his extreme shit on Collision. So you saw in Dynamite, he fucking appears again and he's like, I know you're fucking here. You know what I'm saying? And does actually, no, that was Collision. You didn't see this. But at the beginning of the show, Moxley is pissed that Darby interfered, right? He's like, hey, get your ass out here. I know you're watching in the shadows, whatever the fuck. Gives you a giant, from the rafters crossbody and runs away. Moxley's on his ass. We're in Chicago, so they run to a vignette clearly, but they're on the fire escape. Fucking Moxley comes out and Darby hits him with the chain. He's choking with the chain on the fire escape. And like, you see the refs and stuff like are still coming. When they come out, he's like, oh, he's like trying to throw him over the fire escape. I'm like, Jesus Christ. Like, all this fucking attempted murder from like Darby Allin. It's like, I guess I get it. Cause it's like the best way to keep the big guys off of you is to know that I'm fucking crazy. Yeah. Like, so that's clearly his character. Like,
that's hilarious.
He was gonna fucking like light, Jungle Boy on fucking fire.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And
no, that wasn't him.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was
him. He was gonna light his ass on fire. Yeah. Like, Darby's fucking nuts, and it's like, yo, you gonna get arrested for real. Like, it's gonna be like one of those breaking kayfabe moments when they're gonna be like, oh, you really choked this man out on a fire escape. Like, but I just thought that shit was funny. Like, it's a pretty
great
cool
title.
Yeah, I was like, that's immediately my thought was. I was like, no, you can't keep committing crimes. Like, this is attempted murder. You're doing this is at bare minimum manslaughter. If you get away with this shit, you know what I'm saying? Like it's part of my job. I didn't mean it. I figured he'd walk it off. Called kayfabe, cops, like, nah, dog. That's your best case.
You can't be letting that slide, bro.
Bruh. But yeah,
That's
that's
hilarious.
yeah, that's the champions of the week right
Champions
there.
of the week.
I would like to remind people to follow us here, mostly on this YouTube channel.
Yep.
Give us the like, comment, subscribe, all the social engagement things, all the things I say at the top. This is the Wrestling Re-Up Podcast, and this is my buddy, the tag team partner, the Habasha Hayes Samson. What you got?
I ain't got much, man. You took my outro line.
Yeah,
You
well.
do the socials, I do the thing, but it don't matter. We can switch it up. Hey, we gave you a good hour and 45 minutes. Hope everyone enjoys SummerSlam night 1 and night 2, and we'll hopefully pray for me that I get these 2 points here.
Yeah, I'm not going for the tricky Cena.
Are we tied for the second one?
We are.
Is night 2 tied?
We are.
So we only got 1 point really on the line.
That's what I got all my title changes in night 1. That's why I know it's wrong. We're wrong somewhere in night 2. There's got to be a title change.
Yeah.
But like I said, the Wyatt.
I said we have 3 title changes on night 1.
Exactly.
I doubt that happens, but let's see. SummerSlam starts in a bit. We'll catch y'all next week for episode 57 and everything that happened on this weekend and further. So peace out, y'all.